You talked about wrestling with God, and what's ironic to me today is we've made it okay to wrestle with sin. And what I mean by wrestle with sin is how close can I get to sin and not sin?
Mm, yeah.
And then we've made it a taboo thing to wrestle with God
Mhm.
when it should be the opposite. Like, you got a question, if you're wondering about the sin in your life, wrestle with God on the answer. Wrestle with God on the answer. Wrestle with God with the questions. Like, listen, you don't forsake your faith because you question God. You forsake your faith when you stop believing in what Jesus did and who God is and how the Holy Spirit works. You can question God. Listen, God's not intimidated by your questions. Wrestle with him. Wrestle with him. He already knows your question. He knows your heart. The difference is the devil will want you to suppress him and weave your own tapestry of deception or whatever in your heart and your mind. Go to him. Wrestle with him. That's also when we have questions and everything else in life. That's where we end up with these problems of coping. We suppress, we suppress, we suppress. We get closer to sin, trying to figure out how close can I get to sin without really burning my hair off. We look at these things and all of a sudden we wonder why, oh, well, why are one in five Americans alcoholics? Why is men and women suicide high? Why do we have all these things? Because we're
Mm,
wrestling with the wrong things. You know
okay.
what I'm saying? Like, I want to cope, I'm going to self-medicate. Well, there's a difference between medicating a problem and knowing the answer of why the problem exists. And we got to be really careful. There's a difference between, symptom-based healthcare and diagnostic-based healthcare, right?
Amen.
And it's the same in our faith. There's a difference between symptom-based and diagnostic-based, right? We've got to be able to allow those opportunities for people to say those things and question God, and there's no question too big for God. There just
Right.
isn't.